Hi there and welcome to my channel. I am here to do a reading for you. So it's going to be a pick a pile reading. We've got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Basically, I'm going to go into your oracles, get an energy check, and then we'll go into your tarot with this deck here to get a read on your situation and what is happening in your life right now, I guess. So go ahead, intuitively pick, pause the pile, and I will see you at your reading. Hi, pile 1. So if you chose this heart and these cards, this will be your reading. So start off by going through your oracles. We have the crumbling. What are you clinging onto? We have Black Moon Lilith, power. We have Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back, South Node. We have Manifesting is My Superpower. We have Mercury, Messages. We've got the Poppy. And for you, you got 2 cards for your shadow. And we got the Spider and the Cub. Okay. Let me just check to make sure that's all in the frame. So I feel like there is a lot that you're releasing mentally. And I feel like it has to do with where the power of your manifestations come from. You're looking back on all the things that you've manifested, and it feels like you are having a hard time connecting to that inner wisdom. You could have the panther as a spirit guide. It feels like you're holding on really tightly. And it feels very heavy. And I feel like you're manifesting something really big. And just know that you have more than the capable ability to be able to do so. We've also got 6, 8, and 2. As numbers. When it comes to the South Node, it's what you've done in your past lives. That were lessons that you learned. And your North Node is what you're here to learn. So I feel like you're kind of sitting in that space where you're doing the steps of what you've already learned, and there's something new that's needed to be learned at this time for you to release whatever it is that you're clinging on to. I'm going to read I don't feel like it's a fresh start for you. I feel like it's something that you're holding on to. So let's read the dusk version of the poppy. We have, in Greek mythology, the poppy was created by the goddess Demeter to grant herself restful sleep after the loss of her daughter Persephone. The poppy has a reputation for granting repose, but its relationship with death makes a perfect plant to address the feelings of grief and regret, which is on theme with what I'm feeling here. Grief does not really have to relate to the death of a loved one. Life is full of little losses, that be that of a relationship, small freedoms, times, or places, any number of things. These can build up, creating a barrier to moving forward and creating new connections. No matter how small and old these unresolved feelings may be, they take them out and examine them, enjoy their better memories, and then move forward free of any negative feelings that may be holding you back. So, I'm definitely feeling this holding pattern, like this holding frequency. And I'm not sure if it's because of a past grief with a person, because I feel like this is a mental grief. I feel like this is something you replay in your head a lot. And there's something about past energy that feels like you're like almost obsessing over something. Let's read these and see if we can get a better read on this. Where is the spider? If I could find it. Okay, let's look for the cub. Oh, I found the spider. Weaving your own destiny, creative freedom, inner genius. The spider is the ultimate creator, tapped into its inner genius to weave the perfect web required to entangle its prey. Free from any outside influence of how the web should be, the spider relies solely on its wants, needs, desires to achieve its goals. Like the snake and the eagle, the spider is another symbol that permeated cultures and spiritual communities through history and around the globe. If either or both these cards, along with the spider, take that as an affirmation that you're deep in your own spiritual initiation and along the right path. Regardless, the spider asks us about our inner genius. We all have one. It is likely yours is beginning to come out. Relinquish the traps of perfectionism, comparison, and admiration. Cut off and cut out any outside distractions that do you hear how I'm reading? So you might be having some resistance when it comes to weaving your own destiny, when it comes to pulling out your creative genius. Whatever it is that's waiting to be unleashed from within is perfect in the way it is because it is yours. Consider the concepts as good and bad, pretty and ugly, are subjective and often reductive labels that have nothing to offer something that is raw, powerful, and important. You could be second guessing yourself. And it could be when you're second guessing yourself, it's because of past traumas, past mindsets that are stopping these manifestations from coming into fruition. And then we have the cub. Well, these are some really cute cards. we have the inner child. The companion to the bear card, the cub represents the cute younger half of this furry duo. It also represents the one who is being protected rather than the protector. Although the cub card itself is a call to get in touch with your inner child, you have pulled mom and her baby in tandem. It's important to take note of who's playing your role in your current situation. It may also represent the duality that exists within all of us. Where do you play the role of the protector, and where do you need more love, protection, and nurturing? The inner child is an interesting, elusive concept. There are plenty of us who grew up a little too fast due to circumstances out of our control. Perhaps in real life asks us to take one more responsibility than is appropriate for a child. Maybe we fell into a caretaking role too early, or our family dynamics didn't create a safe environment for our inner child to grow, blossom, and flourish. However, just because we feel out of touch with this inner child does not mean they aren't there. Now is the time to get in touch with little you in a big way. Think back to what you did for fun as a child. If you draw a blank, maybe it would help to think about what you would have done and the opportunity had been there. Do that thing now. Release judgment of yourself and tell your inner child how proud of them you are. The thought of being silly and talking to your inner child feels uncomfortable. You know you're on the right track. So, I'm definitely feeling this need to lighten up the energy. And speaking to your inner child may really help with lifting that energy up, because you're building your own powerful journey. The way that you want to. And Black Moon Lilith talks about like your inner power and what drives you to do the things that you do. And there's this big release of your past or things that have happened in your past, and maybe grief from those past things that have caused you to have negativity stuck in your system, and that needs to be released before you can move on to the next step. Yeah, because we have the 10 of Cups here. You're building stability emotionally, and that's like happiness and fulfillment and the end of a cycle. So you're definitely transforming. Literally, as I'm saying transforming, we get the Death card. That's the transformation card. So you're definitely going through some kind of transformation, releasing things that no longer serve you, and you're being guided to manifest stability in so many ways. We've got the manifestation card, which is the Magician, and then we have stability with the Queen of Pentacles here. You may need to mother yourself and know that you can do more than one thing at a time. Or like, when I say more than one thing, I'm saying you're able to be the mother and the father. Yeah. The mother and the father. You're able to have androgynous energy, even if you are not an androgynous person. You can have masculine and feminine traits really balanced. But there's a need to nurture yourself as well as protect yourself. And with that Cub card saying where you lie in that situation, maybe there's a need for someone to protect you, or for you to feel protected by another. Actually, I feel like that's it. Let's look. Yeah, and we got the Tower, which is the crumbling card on the top. So there's definitely a lot of releasing happening. With the Knight of Wands, I definitely feel that playful energy again. And these are all very positive cards. There's a need to like look at things from a brighter perspective. Find a way to meet your memories where they are, and then remember the good bits and leave the rest. Let go of the pain. I want to get one more card as your advice. Let's look at this deck. It's pretty straightforward. I feel like there needs to be like some extra push. To finalize this. I feel like I need to shuffle one more time. Okay. What is the advice for pile 1? Available, I am open. Change me, divine beloved, into one who can offer you even the most baffling problems, knowing you'll carry me to the right solutions at the right time, if I'm utterly open, receptive, and available. So, closing yourself, and then we got prosperity on the bottom. So, I feel like Spirit is trying to get you to stop closing yourself off, especially when you're feeling pain or you're feeling that grief come up. They want you to feel it. They want you to open yourself up to that grief and release it so that you can get back to this inner child joy feeling and get through that transformation so that these manifestations that you're asking about will come through. And oh, this one says messages too. I feel like Spirit is giving you more and more messages through downloads or things like that, and you need to be available and open to be able to receive those things. Oh, my picture just fell. That could also be a sign to you that dropping downloads that are coming in, instead of working through them or trying to connect with them, you may be having trouble intaking them. So opening yourself up in some way, or doing some healing work, or getting some Reiki done, energy work, anything like that will help with that situation. All right, thank you, pile 1. That was your reading. I will see you on the next one. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and yeah, bye. Hi, pile 2. Thanks for joining me. If you chose this white crystal, I can't remember exactly what this is. Actually, I don't remember what any of the crystals are that I used today, except for the lipidolite. This is some kind of dream crystal. So we're going to get into your energy check here. Oh, let's not forget that. So I'm going to start off with this. We got, don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? We've got passion. Vesta. We've got balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. We've got I am protected by source. We have Pallas Athena, think. We've got Asphodel. And we have the Devil reversed. But that is there's going to be some reading on that one. But I want to figure out why it's reversed. Okay, so for the initial energy check that I'm getting, I'm getting that you are on to something big. Or you're expanding your heart chakra, you're expanding your energy. I feel like you need the Dawn guidebook for the Asphodel, but I'm feeling like it's almost like you're confused. And it could be because this spirituality and practicality card, this Pisces energy, it's very dreamy. And it's hard to tether. But then we've got this passion, which we've got fire and water here, which balance each other out. So there's a lot about balancing energies here. Balancing energies, but not dimming yourself. So not going internally too much. Expressing that fiery passion of yours. You are protected by source. Like this card is your crown chakra. But there's a reason why this Devil card here is reversed. And then I've got the Asphodel. So let's read the Asphodel card. That's this card here. The Mazari of Corsica carry wands of Asphodel into the dream realm, where they hunt the souls of locals in order to predict who will fall ill or die in the next year. Drawing this card is a sign that you too will have to make some big predictions soon. These will have important effects on your life, so don't take them lightly, but don't take forever either, or someone may end up making them for you. I feel that. I feel like you're definitely onto something. I feel like you're bringing something great into the picture. And I feel like it's something that you have worked your whole life to create. This came from your mind. This came from your energy. This came from you. And it is now your time to shine. I feel... Okay, so we have the Devil card, and the normal meaning is addiction, abuse, aggression, and control. So this could mean that you are finally seeing your patterns. Because this card says, this card is a call to get real about the patterns, behaviors, and cycles you're perpetuating that are unhealthy. This, in a way, is the very essence of shadow work. As a byproduct of life, each of us inevitably has at least few ways we can tend to self-sabotage. This is the moment to name them. Is it addiction, abuse, codependency, or something else? How are you engaging and perpetuating this pattern now? So with it being reversed, I feel like you're finding a way through your addictions or the abuse that you're going through. You've worked through a lot of that pain and suffering, and I feel like things have gotten easier for you because of that. But I feel like there is a decision that is needing to be made when it comes to whatever work you've put in to balance yourself and remove those blockages. You're connecting in a way that might still be misbalanced because of the spirituality and the practicality that you're working with. Now I'm going to get into your tarot. We have the Tower. So there could be something that needs to be released still. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Five of Cups. There's been a lot of interruptions in this reading too. So I don't know if you want to take that as a message, as if you're kind of being interrupted, or just like your direction is being changed constantly. We have the Queen of Wands, which I see in this Passion card. We have the Moon. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Eight of Wands. So I feel like it's almost like you're hiding yourself from doing the hard work, from working on yourself, because it might feel like there's so much coming at you, but then we have the Ten of Cups under that Eight of Wands. And I feel like this energy is coming quick. Like, I feel like you're going to have a change in your perspective because of the work that you have done. But there's something about this Eight of Pentacles. Let's put these down here. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? You may be juggling too many things, or this need to balance might be because there needs to be more clarity in what is ending in your life and what you're releasing, and the grief that you may be still holding on to. You're definitely getting your confidence back, and there's definitely a need to like shine your light. Henna could be very helpful for you. I'm getting the word henna. Like getting henna drawn on you to clear your chakras out of your hands, so that energy of what you do with your hands might clear out a bit more. That was a little unclear, but it could be also addictions that you're releasing, and addictions that came from times of you being from you holding on to some kind of grief. There's definitely a new beginning. We've got the Ace of Swords and the Fool underneath. So there's definitely a new beginning coming for you. And I feel like what you're going to do will be very, very expansive, very fiery, but you will also have that water element that will keep you grounded, or at least tempered in some way. Well, thank you for watching, Pal 2. I will see you on the next reading. If you like and subscribe, thank you very much. And yeah, bye. Hi, Pile 3. If you were drawn to this lipidolite and this set of cards, this will be your reading. So we'll start off by looking at your cards. So we've got Unbound, Releasing Soul Patterns, Contracts, and Past Lives. We've got Burn with Fire. No, I'm going to do this one. Expect Powerful Change, New Moon Eclipse. We have I Make Way for Miracles and Midhaven Pinnacle. And then you also got 2 cards for your shadow aspect. And then we have Jasmine as your Seeded Sickle card. We've got the Goose. Let's move this over. And then we have the Bear. This is the Whimsical Mystical pile. I feel like you have done so much work to release your karma and like burn away all that excess negativity. And right now you are at like the brink of like the pinnacle of your career or your life. New moons bring in new energy. And I feel like these miracles that you're making way for, they're coming in, and they're coming in quickly. Lipidolite is like the grandmother crystal. And you have a very old soul, I feel like. This energy is very to the point. Like you're very clear on what you want, clear on what you need. But I feel like there's still messages in these cards that are meant for you. I feel like this one has to do with your mental well-being, though. Maybe I should read both. Yeah, I should read both. So we have the Dusk Guidebook for Jasmine, and then we'll have the Dawn book. So the Dusk book is your like internal world, and the Dawn book is kind of like your external happenings. So for the Dusk book for your internal world, in the Philippines, a couple prepared to part. The young man to the city, his bride to remain at home, worried he will fall in love with another. He gives her his dagger with a promise that if he does, she can kill him. But when he returns with a new wife, she plunges the knife into her own heart instead. You may feel as though your current situation is hopeless, but jasmine blooms during the night, releasing its sweetest scent in the dark. Right now, you do not have to take action. Only let yourself feel hope that there's something beautiful will come of such darkness. I don't feel a whole lot of darkness, but you could be going through some kind of exposure therapy, or like this, it feels like you're burning away all of this unnecessary energy that's been blocking you from moving forward. There might be more in this guidebook. You've taken some good initial steps on your journey, but you're starting to flounder. Perhaps you feel as though you could have set out on a different direction, or others are calling you foolish for doing things the wrong way. But you chose this path for a reason. Jasmine grows exactly where it means to, and so do you. You know exactly where you're going and why. Don't let your doubts be the scorn of others make you question yourself. I feel like that one was more the right book for you, because it explains the situation. Like, whatever you're doing, you were expanding, you were growing, you were letting go, you were doing things to get to this place in your life where you feel completed, or not complete, but like well-rounded, or you take care of the things that you have grown, like what you have built, if that makes sense. If I could find the bear. Oh, 67. Okay, we have the bear. The mother reparenting. The mighty mother bear has a dangerous reputation as one of the fiercest animals around. A mama bear commands respect and a wide berth. Other animals in the environment, including humans, know to steer clear of their young, as the mother is never far behind. Because of their protective nature, the bear card represents a relationship with our own mother and mothering in general, for better or worse. When the energy of the bear is present, it may be our actual relationship with our mom that is influencing this situation. Perhaps there is something big happening with her, or maybe there's tension between the two of you. Even if the situation is left less overt than that, mom is usually the root of the scenario. If you are estranged from your mother or don't have the best relationship with her, it could be maternal issues coming to rear their ugly head. Regardless, you're being asked to look at your relationship to mothering. If your needs weren't met growing up, how can you, as your own parent, show up and meet them now? It also may be that there's another mother figure that you can turn to for support, one who embodies the nurturing and fiercely protective energies of the bear. So I'm definitely feeling that with this crystal. There's like a need to, whatever you're doing, you're remothering yourself. And the way that you're remothering yourself may not look quite like what people are used to. So it may cause a lot of people to look at you weird, or, like this card said, shame you into thinking that you're doing it in the wrong way. But there's no wrong way when it comes to what you intuitively know you need. Then we have the goose. And then the goose is a warning. If you've ever crossed paths with a goose, you've likely experienced or seen their absolute ferocity at work. A threatened goose will honk loudly, hiss, and even chase somebody down if they move too far into the goose's territory. Despite their regal appearance, they are not to be trifled with. To pull this card is to receive a warning. You are in dangerous territories, and it's time to check yourself. If we're being honest, this card shouldn't come as much of a surprise. You've likely known the entire time you've been doing something probably you shouldn't. Maybe there's something taboo about the circumstances that made it feel fun, exciting, and new. We all enjoy being naughty from time to time. Maybe if you've wandered here innocently and find yourself in a bad situation, regardless, you were on the verge of being found out. Heeding warning of this card is taking a step back. If there is a corrective action you can take, now is the time. If not, do your best to remove the situation before you or anyone else gets hurt. When things come to a head, if you are still around, it's likely to be met with the unbridled ferocity of a territorial goose. So that other meaning for this card, could you be having an issue with your mother? Or is there something karmically with your mother or a mother figure that is causing this feel like, it almost kind of feels like you need to burn the world down. Like you need to burn bridges and make those relationships go away. Why does it feel that way? Because it started off so powerful. You could be becoming something that's not what people are used to, like a Reiki master or a tarot reader or something in the energetic field that is different from the norm of what you've done in your life or what your family has done in their lives. And it's not something that's normal to them or part of the status quo. So it makes them feel as if you are doing things in a way that will end up causing you pain instead of the happiness that you want. We have the Knight of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Page of Swords, and then the Sun. And the Devil on the bottom. So, when it comes to this reading, I feel like a lot of these people are trying to make you feel bad or causing conflict in your mind because they refuse to go back into a learning mindset and find out why this is so important to you. Why this makes you happy. Why this gives you joy. Because they may be full of doubt themselves, or they don't want to try new things, or they're scared of change. And I feel like the energy that you put out will change your direction for the better. This feeling of slow learning and like your destiny being, like the Ace of Wands, your destiny is calling in so much inspiration and learning and learning and like fine-tuning your energy. Yeah, we have the Four of Wands and the Moon. That's a really nice energy. But the Moon can also, we got the Empress on the bottom. Whatever it is that you're doing, they're trying to stop it because they feel as though it is a negative thing. Because it tells the truth. Because it shines a light on all of the aspects of your youth or your childhood. And it could be your mother that is shunning you over this. Because they don't want to tap into their own femininity. Their own desires. Their own passions. They feel like you're just doing it to spite them. But this is your calling. You're meant to have joy in your life. You're meant to remember who you are. And if you don't fall in line with that witchy vibes energy, it could just mean that you're very, very in tune with nurturing and like nature. And I don't know why I said nurturing because I was trying to say nature. If you're really in tune with nature and really in tune with the old earth around us, yeah, I feel like you need 2 cards. Yeah. So we have acceptance. I accept myself. Let me love and accept myself as you love me. May I find you shining brightly within my own being. And then we have divinity. I know my true identity. I may always remember my true identity. Unlimited light and love. Let me know myself as pure consciousness. Wake me from the sleepwalk of believing I am only human. And then we have authenticity. I can be my true self. Change me, divine beloved, into one who has the courage to be my true self. Allow me to honor my sexuality, desires, and needs as sacred expressions of your divine love. So this can even mean that you are into a different type of sexuality than what is the norm in your family or your societal group. Now, that can cause them to be demeaning or degrading or choosing to make you feel as though you're less than. And just know that you need the need to accept yourself is so great because it is your authenticity. It is the truth that you are willing to, not willing to, but is the truth of your divinity. And whoever this mother figure is, I feel like there's a need to protect yourself and nurture and mother yourself on your own. It's definitely stuff from your childhood coming up. Because all it's doing is bringing you down, making you feel as though it's such hard work just to relax. And this independence and this desire to learn how to trust yourself again is the most important thing that you can do for yourself. one last card. Part of this is your mindset. I know I said one card, but that's unclear. Part of this is your mindset. And this fresh new beginning is going to take a leap of faith. But there's stability on the other side of it. And transformation. All right, Pile 3, that was your reading. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.